I pop in there, 2, 3, 4 times a month. I call Michelle up, hey, I'm going to get some roast pork on the way home, some yellow rice, some juca, and some Cuban bread. And I'm in there, I don't know, what, a month ago. Shane, was this before Christmas, right?
Yeah, it was about a week before.
All right, so about a week before Christmas, before we went on Christmas vacation, I'm in Peepo's, and I did a double take. I'm like, whoa, is that Dave the Dwarf? I thought he was on a walker, because Dave's had some health issues.
What, do you think every dwarf looks the same?
No!
What a heightus.
No.
The dwarf is...
I saw Shane from the back. I'm like, oh my God. Immediately I thought of Dave the Dwarf. So I had to figure out how to initiate the conversation, because I didn't want to say, you're not supposed to point at people and stare when someone's different. And, my mom told me this when I was a kid. So how do I open up the conversation in a nice, delicate fashion with Shorty Shane? So what did I say? Did I just say, hey, you ever hear of Dave the Dwarf? Is that how I did it?
I think so, man. I was trying to think back on it. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I thought you asked me how tall I was, and you're like, don't take it wrong. And then you said, do you know Dave?
Yeah,
maybe that sounds like something you'd say.
Maybe that was it. And
how tall are you? That's what you said.
I think that's what you said, right?
So, Shane, how tall are you?
3'5".
So you're 3'5". Dave the Dwarf is what, 3'2", right, Fester?
3'2", yes.
All right, Dave the Dwarf's 3'2", and you just remind me of Dave the Dwarf. And Dave the Dwarf was like a big staple of the MJ Morning Show for a very long time. And I started the conversation. I'm like, hey, I'd love to have you on the show sometime. It's great to meet you. Then you told me that you do you do videos.
Yep.
And in fact, you teamed up with Ed Bassmaster.
Yep.
The comedian dude. He's the guy with the sweater, and
yep.
He walks around. Look, you're wearing a hat right now.
This is his hat right here, man.
But so, how did you hook up with Ed Bassmaster?
Down in Sarasota about 2 years ago. A little bit over 2 years ago. We shot the video about 2 years ago. It's like 2.5 years ago. I met him at a meet and greet down in Sarasota, which I knew he was going to. My idea was, since I've been watching him forever, was to show up as him, because he knows nothing about me.
Right.
And I know everything about him. So I had everything planned out, man. I had the wig, the glasses, everything but that sweater. So I just wore a normal sweater, normal color. And I went in there, he was doing his thing, I snuck up behind him, and somebody was like, oh my God, look behind you, like freaking out. And he turned around and I just went, and I kept walking. He looked at me with like deer in the headlights, he didn't know what to say, and he's like, hang on. And as soon as he said hang on, I turned around and I went, no, I'm good, man.
All right, so Ed Bassmaster is this comedian guy that shoots videos. And he'll go to like a car lot, or he'll go to a store, and
the first one was to look at it. Look at it. Will you look at it?
Yeah.
Remember that one? That was the first one.
But
I think
he like holds his arms out like he's like a gorilla or something, and he's got this crazy looking, like Technicolor looking, like an old Bill Cosby sweater or something.
It was like walking around with a tough guy stance.
Yeah, like too buff.
Yeah, like he's a buff guy.
And there's one in a gym where he's like going. He's going to guys that are on like a bench press, and I can do that. And that's his deal. And he uses his arms, and then he'll kick up dirt at them with his feet. the videos are hysterical. I showed Michelle his video some time ago, a while back, and Michelle's like just cracking up looking at these Ed Bassmaster deals. So then you meet Bassmaster, and then you guys shoot a video up in what, Atlantic City?
Yeah, so I flew up to. He's from Philly. I flew up to Philly, hung out with him for the weekend, and then we went up to Atlantic City in New Jersey and did the video.
And you guys shot a video on the Atlantic City Boardwalk where you're literally dressed just like him. You got a wig on, imitating his hair. You've got the same glasses on, and then you're following everything he does and doing the psh and the kicking up the dirt and everything. And I saw a video of yours where you're doing it right down on Beach Drive in St. Pete here.
I made a lot of people mad at the Grand Prix last year.
It's bad.
This is great. Now, I got to ask you a couple of, procedural things. Now, you're 3'5".
Yep.
We call Dave the Dwarf. Dave liked to be called a dwarf. For you, what do you like?
Honestly, I like little person the best. It's a much more non-offensive category to a lot of people. But the generalized public term is always midget or dwarf, respectfully.
Right now,
But
you don't like midget, right? Or you don't, or do you care?
No, I mean I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
To be honest.
All right, because we've like kind of joked around with Dave, and like Froggy will blurt out the M word about Dave.
I didn't mean it,
Oh
Shane.
no, hey man, dude, I don't care.
I didn't mean it, bro.
You're good. You're good.
But you know, Dave didn't like it either, right?
Oh boy, hold on.
Shorty Shane, Instagram, YouTube, Shorty Shane. Oh, Shorty Shane! What's up, bro? Yo! What the fuck?